I had the opportunity to interview one of my really good friends, Rachel Miner. Rachel graduated from Utah State University in the spring of 2022 with a degree in marketing. She currently works at a marketing company in Boston, but her true passion lies with her personal business, Penny Lane Jewelry. Penny Lane Jewelry is a jewelry business where Rachel creates custom coin earrings, necklaces, and rings for her customers. She sells on Instagram, on Etsy, and at farmers markets. In 2019, Rachel was looking around for cute jewelry that was unique and relatively cheap, but she couldn't find it anywhere. It was then that she decided to take matters into her own hands and to make her own jewelry. Rachel loves exploring new hobbies and passions that allow her to explore her creative side, so taking on jewelry making seemed like something she'd love. In high school, she took a silversmith class that gave her the necessary experience to take the task on. Google and YouTube became her best friends as she learned how to drill holes into coins to make custom necklaces. Through trial and error, she was able to perfect her craft. I was lucky enough to be one of Rachel's first customers. She made me a custom bot coin necklace from my trip in Thailand, and it helps me remember my trip and is so unique. Most of her first customers were friends and family who she bounced ideas off to see what people really wanted. She began self-finance and took out no loans. Her profit margin was large because making the jewelry was cheap. What was a turning point for her was when she entered a pitch competition at USU for entrepreneurs. The first time she entered, the judges didn't support her idea. However, the following year, after she had created an Instagram page and an Etsy site where the product was selling, she re-entered the competition and won. She won $100 and a mentor who helped her in the following year keep up with her to see how her business was doing. To quote, her management in the beginning and to this day includes, as she says, me, myself, and I. She operates the business on her own, all from making the product to marketing it on social media to shipping the product out. She temporarily had an employee while she lived overseas who fulfilled orders. After taking a short break from operating Penny Lane Jewelry, Rachel's business is up and running again. She mainly sells on Etsy and through social media. She's proud of her newest purchase of a printing label to make shipping more seamless. Penny Lane wasn't immune to some bumps in the road. It took her a while to figure out a good way to ship her jewelry. At first, she would go to the post office for every single order, print off their names, and pay a hefty fee for shipping. After a couple of months of this, she learned that she could ship through Etsy. Her jewelry making process was also very labor-intensive and was very slow at first because she would do every order individually. She later would make several orders at once and begin the process ahead of time. Rachel is a very optimistic and positive person. She learned that you don't need to know everything about a business to start a business. She didn't know how to make a coin ring, but she learned as she went, and she learned from her setbacks. The internet became her best friend as she Googled everything. She learned that there's more resources available than we think. She says the key to ultimate success of Penny Lane is staying consistent, being present for her customers, and finding ways to stay relevant. 3 concepts really impressed me during this interview. The first being Rachel's passion. The second, her willingness to try new things and go for it. And third, her product's value. First, Penny Lane is her passion. At one point in the interview, Rachel expressed to me just how much she loves Penny Lane. After taking a break, she truly missed it. Her work rarely feels like work, and she just enjoys what she does. Second, I admire how willing Rachel is to try new things. Once she recognized that there is a need to be filled with jewelry, she went after it. She's recently picked up knitting and sewing custom pieces and is considering incorporating that into Penny Lane. Lastly, her product has value. According to Rachel, each of her jewelry pieces has meaning behind them. She's collected pieces from her travels and reminds her of her experiences when she wears them. This is what Penny Lane does for her customers as well. Each piece is unique and has meaning behind it. I will take Rachel's creativity and go-getter attitude into my own future ventures. I often find myself scared to try new things out of fear of failing. This didn't stop Rachel, however, when she failed.